It's time for KRGB Channel 5's Masterminds, a program geared towards Valley High School academics. With your host, Tim Smith. Today, La Jolla High School and Edinburgh North High School match wits in their quest to become this year's Masterminds champions.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Masterminds Round 1 competition today, Edinburgh North and La Jolla. Let's get right to it with the quick start questions for today. So hands on your buzzers. Here we go. We start with a math question. What is the area of a room 12 feet by 11 feet? That's La Jolla. Josiah.
132 feet squared.
Yes, that's correct. Spell vulnerable. La Jolla. Josiah.
VULNERABLE.
That's correct. An algebra problem. Solve for unknown. 4p equal p plus 18. La Jolla. Josiah.
P equals 6.
Correct. Change the following percent into a fraction. 33.333%. That's North Guadalupe.
1/3.
Correct. What's the largest city on the Ohio River? And time is up. That's Louisville. Redwood is the state tree of which state? That's La Jolla. Josiah.
California.
Correct. The deltoid muscle in the shoulder got its name because it resembles what plane geometric figure? And time is up. The triangle. An atom splits when it's struck by a proton, neutron, or electron. That's Edward North Mateo.
Proton.
No. Well, anybody? Ring in if you know. Ring. Okay, Josiah.
Proton.
That's the neutron. Is an elegy a type of lyric, narrative, or dramatic poetry? That's La Jolla. Josiah.
Dramatic poetry.
No? North, anybody? Ring in if you know. And time is up. It's a lyric. Name the president who encouraged the Colombian province of Panama to rebel. That's North Guadalupe.
Theodore Roosevelt.
That's correct, and that wraps up our quick start for today.
Masterminds is supported in part by Navy Army Community Credit Union.
So after a quick start, La Jolla is in the lead 40-20 over Edinburgh North. Let's meet our judges who are here again today from the University of Texas, Rio Grande Valley. Please welcome Dr. Megan Burke, Associate Professor of History and Graduate Coordinator in the College of Liberal Arts, and Dr. Nordine Rivera, Assistant Professor in the Department of Literatures and Cultural Studies. Please welcome our judges. Give them a round of applause. Thank you. All right, before we get to hot topics, let's meet the team from La Jolla. We'll start with Joshua.
I am Joshua Loya. I am a participant in the National Honor Society, the Student Council Chess Club, and I'm also a member in Dynamite Gym.
Great, glad to have you here.
Good afternoon. My name is Josiah Garza. I am a drum major of the La Jolla High School Band and a member of the National Honor Society at La Jolla High School.
Terrific, welcome.
Hello, my name is Alan Salinas. I am a member of the National Hispanic Institute, and I partake in events such as UIL, theater, choir, and
Masterminds.
Masterminds.
There we go. Welcome. The team from La Jolla. Glad you're here. Appreciate you being part of the program. All right, it's time for Hot Topics La Jolla. I'm going to ask you 3 questions about current events. You don't need your buzzers. You're playing by yourselves. I'll take the first answer I hear from the team. Okay, here we go. 22 years after she was killed, name this Tejano music star who finally got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Selena Quintanilla.
Correct. The same week the Houston Astros won the World Series, the Houston football team, the Texans, learned their new star quarterback will miss the rest of the season because of an injury.
Deshaun
Name the
Watson.
quarterback. That's correct. Sutherland Springs, the site of the recent church massacre, is less than 40 miles away from what major Texas city?
San Antonio.
That's correct. Got all 3 correct, put you up to 70 points. Good job, La Jolla. Yeah. Now let's meet the team from Edinburgh North. We'll start with Mateo.
Good evening. My name is Mateo Gutierrez. I am a section leader in the marching band. I am part of the National Honor Society, the Science National Honor Society, and I am a member of UIL.
Great. Welcome.
I'm Alejandro Garcia, team captain for Edinburgh North High School. I'm in Science National Honor Society and National Honor Society.
Terrific. Welcome.
Oh, hello, I'm Guadalupe, and I'm just in UIL and Masterminds.
Just in UIL. That's pretty important. Thanks, guys. The team from Edinburgh North participating today. All right, it's time for your Hot Topics now. Same thing, 3 questions, current events, playing by yourselves, no buzzers. Okay, I'll take the first answer we hear. What did Astros shortstop Carlos Correa do during a TV interview right after his team won the World Series?
Propose.
He did. You made it. He proposed it. He said yes. The CEO of what major pizza chain said he's considering entering the Restaurants Association with the NFL, claiming the NFL hurt his company's sales.
Papa John's.
That's correct. Name the former Democratic National Committee chair who recently said she found no evidence the 2016 Democratic primary for the presidential nomination was rigged. And time's up. That was Donna Brazil. So got 2 of those correct. You're up to 40 points. So after our first round, it's La Jolla 70, Edinburgh North 40. We're going to take a break. We come back. We'll meet the teacher coordinators, do quick picks, grab bag round, that and more as Masterminds continues right after this. Welcome back to Masterminds Round 1 competition. Today it's Edinburgh North and La Jolla. Right now La Jolla's in the lead, 70-40. Let's meet the teacher coordinators in the 2 schools. We'll start with La Jolla. Josiah, you're up.
This is Miss Laura Guerra. She is the UIL debate coach, the Mastermind sponsor, and a social studies teacher at La Jolla High School.
Terrific. Glad you're here. Thanks for being part of the program. We appreciate it. All right, North Alejandro, your turn, buddy.
I'd like to introduce Mr. Manny Sines. He's an art teacher at Edinburgh North High School. He's also an art teacher at South Texas College. He graduated from Texas A&I University and University of Pan American, and he loves Masterminds. Yeah.
Been here for a while. Thank you. We appreciate our teacher coordinators coming in today and helping the students get ready for the program. Well done, y'all. All right, next up is our quick picks. And for this, we're going to show you pictures on the TV screen. We'll ask you questions about each one. You need your buzzers on this because everybody's playing. Here we go. How can you tell this is a black widow spider? That's La Jolla, Josiah.
The distinctive red hourglass marking.
Yes, that's correct. What type of alphabet is depicted here? That's Edinburgh North Guadalupe.
Cyrillic.
That's correct. This woman was the 3rd Prime Minister of India. Name her. Edinburgh North Guadalupe.
Gandhi Gandhi?
Say that again.
Oh, I know it's Gandhi. I cannot just say her first name. It's like, it starts with an I.
You guys accept that? Yes, Indira Gandhi. They will accept that. All right. This is the Mississippi River. Spell Mississippi. La Jolla, Josiah.
Mississippi.
No. Edinburgh North. Spell Mississippi. Guadalupe.
Mississippi.
That's correct. Yeah, the P's and S's reversed. This chemical chain is a depiction of what nutrient? That's North Mateo.
Caffeine.
No? La Jolla, anybody? Ring in if you know. And time's up. That's vitamin C. What system of South African government did Nelson Mandela oppose? That's Edinburgh North Guadalupe.
Apartheid.
Correct. Martin Van Buren was the first U.S. president to have what distinction? Edinburgh North Guadalupe.
Being born in the United States.
That's right. Mont Blanc is the highest peak in this mountain range. What mountain range is it? That's La Jolla, Joshua.
The Himalayas.
No? Edinburgh North Guadalupe.
Alps.
Is that enough? Yes, the French Alps. That's correct. This woman's picture isn't as well known as the series of 7 books she wrote for a teen audience. Who is she? La Jolla, Allen.
J.K. Rowling.
That's correct. What is the only continent in which you won't find any of the 6,000 species of lizards? That's La Jolla, Josiah.
Antarctica.
That's correct, and that wraps up our quick picks for today.
Masterminds is supported in part by Navy Army Community Credit Union.
All right, so our score is tied 100 to 100. That means Dr. Burke gets to flip a coin, and we'll see who's going to go first.
Okay. Wonder who drove the furthest today.
La Jolla.
La Jolla? You call it.
All right.
Yeah, it's tails.
It's a new coin. It's tails.
Tails, so
It's
Edinburgh North.
tails. That means Edinburgh North, you won the toss. Would you like to go first or defer in the grab bag round?
Go first.
You want to go first? It's decisive. They're going to go first. So you've got envelopes 1, 2, and 3 to choose from. You can choose whichever one you'd like.
3.
3. All right, there we go.
Number 3.
You got 60 seconds to answer the 10 questions in this envelope. Okay, if you don't know one, say pass. We'll come back if there's time within the 60 seconds. All right, your category is residence. Okay, you call a native of Texas a Texan. What are you going to call the native of all these other states? Okay, 60 seconds. Here we go. Florida.
Floridians.
Yes. California.
Californians.
Yes. Vermont.
Pass.
Alabama.
Alabamian.
Yes. Maryland.
Pass.
New Hampshire.
Oh.
Indiana.
Pass.
Wyoming.
Wyomingites.
Yes. Connecticut.
Pass.
Arkansas.
Arkanese.
No. We'll go back. Vermont.
Pass.
Maryland.
Marylanders.
Yes. New Hampshire.
Hampshireites.
No. Indiana.
Indianians.
Yes. Connecticut. And time is up. We got several of those correct. Total of 6. All right, put you up to 130 points. Let's go over the others. A Vermont person is a Vermonter. New Hampshire is a New Hampshireman. And Arkansas is an Arkansan or Arkansian. Is what that is. You get 7 correct, put you up to 130 points. Now, La Jolla, it's your turn. We have 2 envelopes remaining, numbers 1 and 2. You can choose whichever one you'd like.
1.
Number 1 it is. All right. 60 seconds, 10 questions. Pass if you don't know one, okay? Don't need your buzzers. You've chosen colors. Colors. All right? They got a smile. We'll see how it does, all right? Here we go. What color were most 19th century American schoolhouses painted?
Beige.
No. London's pea soup fogs were mostly dark, but also had the tinge of what color?
Green.
I'm sorry?
Green.
Yes. Most German wines of any consequence are of what color?
Red.
No. What color light is displayed on the port side of a boat?
Pass.
What color are a cherry tree's flowers?
Pink.
No. Yes, yes. What are the 3 primary colors for a theater lighting technician?
Blue, white, yellow.
No. 3 words or colors that do not rhyme with any other words. Name any one of them.
Pass.
What color are the roofs of most Bermuda houses?
Brown.
No. What color is officially the bullseye of an archery target?
Red.
No. What color is carbon monoxide gas?
Clear.
Correct. We'll go back. What color is light displayed on the port side of a boat?
Blue.
No. And time is up. There's our bell. Got several correct. How many we do? 3 correct, up to 115 points. Most 19th century American schoolhouses are painted red, the little red schoolhouse. Most German wines of any consequence are white. The color displayed on the port side of a boat is red. Cherry trees, flowers, they accepted that. The 3 primary colors of theater lighting technician are red, blue, and green. The 3 colors that don't rhyme with any other words are orange, purple, and silver. The roofs on most Bermuda houses are white. The official color of the bullseye on an archery target is gold. So you're up to 115 points. Now there's one envelope which nobody chose. So let's see how we do. Envelope number 2. We're all playing on this, so you need your buzzers, okay? Soldiers have 60 seconds. Writing. Writing is the category, okay? Need your buzzers. Here we go. Most adverbs end in what suffix? North Guadalupe.
Lee.
Yes. What do we call a piece of sentence missing one or more necessary parts? La Jolla, Joshua.
A fragment sentence.
Yes. With too many ands and ors, what is a sentence that should be broken into smaller sentences? North Mateo.
Compound sentences.
No. La Jolla, Josiah.
Complex.
No, a run-on. Name the 3 articles. And time is up. A, an, and the. In the sentence, the boy was injured, what type of verb is was? That's Edward North Mateo.
Past tense.
No. La Jolla, anybody?
Adverb.
No, and don't forget to ring in a helping or auxiliary verb. Prepositional phrases can be divided into what 2 types? Time is up. Adjectival and adverbial. An adjective has what 3 degrees of comparison? It doesn't matter. It's going to be positive, comparative, and superlative. So our score after the grab bags: Edinburgh North 140, La Jolla 125. We got us a game today. Good game going on. That means art and music are going to be worth a lot. They're 20 points apiece. We'll do that right after we come back. Don't go away. Welcome back to Masterminds. It's Edinburgh North and La Jolla right now. Edinburgh North in the lead, 140 to 125. It's time for art and music. We'll start with top art. For this, I'm going to show you a piece of artwork, and you identify the artist or the work. This is for 20 points. We have 2 of them. Here's the first. That's La Jolla Josiah.
Van Gogh.
No, it's not Van Gogh. Edinburgh North, Guadalupe.
That is Salvador Dali.
That is a Salvador Dali. It's called Sleep. Well done. Here's another. Edinburgh North, Mateo. That is The Birth of Venus by Sandro Botticelli. So we got both correct. A big 40 points. Now we've got music. For this, listen carefully. Identify the composer or the work. This for 20 points also. And that's time. That's Verdi, the Triumphal March. But wait, we have another 20 more points. Here we go. All right, La Jolla, Josiah.
Astor Piazzoli.
No. Anybody? All right, Mateo.
Tchaikovsky.
No, this is Chopin. Polonaise number 6. But 2 out of the 4 builds on Edinburgh North's lead, now 180 to 125. We're going to take a break. We come back, it'll be for the final stretch. We'll see which of these teams is moving on to the next round of competition. Don't go away. Be right back. Welcome back to Masterminds. Edinburgh North and La Jolla in today's round 1 competition. North in the lead, 180 to 125. It's time for the final stretch. We'll ask questions until that final bell rings. Whoever's leading at that point moves on to the next round. So we're all playing hands on your buzzers. Here we go. If the area of one face of a regular tetrahedron is 12 square inches, what's the total surface area of the tetrahedron? All right, Edinburgh North, Alejandro.
48.
That's correct. Which U.S. state, whose motto is God and riches, is also called the Valentine State because it was admitted to the Union February 14, 1912. Its lowest point is the Colorado River near Yuma. La Jolla, Josiah.
Utah.
No. Edinburgh North, Guadalupe.
Arizona.
That's correct. What fraction of America did Franklin Roosevelt call ill-housed, ill-clad, ill-nourished in a famous speech? Time's up 1/3. 1/3. That's where you're going, right? 1/3. This famous black American delivered an address urging conciliation between the races in the South at the Atlanta Exposition in 1895. Name him. Said North Mateo.
Frederick Douglass.
No? Oh, anybody? Ring it if you know. And time's up. Booker T. Washington. What word meaning to dither, fluff lines, or be awkward on stage also names a popular breakfast food similar to a pancake? Oh, yeah, Josiah.
Waffle.
Yes. Turkey is virtually a peninsula with coastlines formed by 3 major seas and the tiny Sea of Marmara. Name one of the 3 large seas which almost completely surround Turkey. That's Edinburgh North, Guadalupe.
Black Sea.
Yes, the others are Aegean and Mediterranean. The oldest law enforcement agency of the federal government is now a part of the Department of Justice. What are the law offices of this agency called? In the days of the Old West, some famous ones are Wyatt Earp, Bat Masterson, Wild Bill Hickok, La Jolla Joshua.
U.S. Marshal.
That's correct. Consider Peter the Great, Joseph Stalin, Boris Yeltsin. Which of those 3 ruled over the greatest expanse of territory? La Jolla Josiah.
Stalin.
That's correct. Chapultepec Park is the largest park in what Latin American capital? Time's up. That's Mexico City. What mark is used in math to denote a factorial? That's Josiah of La Jolla.
An exclamation mark.
Correct. What type of adjective would be separated from the word it modifies by a verb? And time is up for predicate adjective. 4 questions about American literature. Identify the decade in which each of the following works was published. The Great Gatsby by Scott Fitzgerald. La Jolla Josiah. That's right. The Grapes of Wrath by John Steinbeck. That's Edinburgh North.
1930s.
That's correct. The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger. La Jolla Josiah.
1940s.
No. Edinburgh North, Guadalupe.
1950s.
That's right. Frederick Douglass autobiography, narrative of the life of Frederick Douglass. That's Edinburgh North, Mateo.
1860s.
No. La Jolla, I'm not sure who rang in. Is it Josiah?
1870s.
That was the 1840s. We'll move on. What Greek, a native of Miletus, deduced the heights of pyramids from the lengths of their shadows and measured the distance to a ship from shore by the method of similar triangles? That's La Jolla Allen.
Pythagoras?
No. North, anybody? And time is up. Thales. What four-letter word refers to a man-eating giant or to any brutal or hideous person? And time is up. That's an ogre. An ogre. What philosophy was borrowed from the theory of evolution and applied to the world of business in order to justify laissez-faire capitalism? That's Edinburgh North Guadalupe.
Social Darwinism.
That's exactly right. What elusive concept was discredited by the first and second laws of thermodynamics? Time's up. Perpetual motion. Give me the English title of Rodin's sculpture La Porte d'Enfer, commissioned in 1880s. And time is up. The Gate of Hell. What is the coefficient of the x term in the product of 2x plus 3 and x squared plus 3x plus 4? And time is up. 17 was the answer. DNA stands for deoxyribonucleic acid. What does LSD stand for? And time is up. Lysergic acid diethylamide. Alphonse Bertillon developed the first widely used method of what? And time is up. Criminal identification. Identify the process by which a plant or animal reproduces asexually one generation and sexually in the next generation. All quiet. Time is up. Alternation of generations. 4 geometry questions. What is the locus of points in a plane equidistant from two given points? And time is up. A line. That's line. A rectangle is 45 feet long and 5 feet wide. What is the length of the side of a square having the same area? All right, Edinburgh North, Alejandro.
15.
That's correct. In a right triangle with angles of 45 degrees and 45 degrees, what's the length of the hypotenuse if one leg is 6? That's Edinburgh North, Guadalupe.
6 square root of 2.
Yes. If the perimeter of an equilateral triangle is 48 inches, how long is the line segment joining the midpoints of the two sides? And time is up. 8 inches. All right, which former FBI director has been appointed as special counsel to investigate Russian La Jolla Joshua?
Robert Mueller.
That's correct. Which band is touring to celebrate the 30th anniversary of its hit album, The Joshua Tree? That's La Jolla Joshua. Yeah,
U2.
that's right. How many United States presidents were born British subjects? That's Edinburgh North, Guadalupe.
7.
That's correct. In computer programming, what two words are used in writing conditional branch statements? That's North Guadalupe.
And else.
No. La Jolla? And time if and then. This building complex in New Castile, Spain, houses the tombs of Spanish monarchs since Charles V. Can you name it? Time's up. El Escorial. The gouache is an opaque type of watercolor paint often used for somber or dramatic purposes. How do you spell gouache? All right, La Jolla, Josiah.
G-O-A-C-H-E.
No? North, anybody? And time of G-O-U-A-C-H-E. Known as the mythical home of poetry and music, this mountain in Greece was one of the homes of the Muses. The Delphic Oracle was also one of its slopes. Name it. That's North, Mateo.
Mount of Olives.
No? Oh, anybody? Joshua. Josiah.
Mount
rather.
Olympus.
I'm sorry?
Mount Olympus.
No, it's Parnassus. The Temptations had 4 #1 hits. Name any one. I was so waiting for that question, too. And the bell rang. Name any one of the Four Temptations' 4 great hits. Okay, we didn't get to that one. Edinburgh North 270, La Jolla 185. That's our final score. That means Edinburgh North, you're moving on to the next round of competition. I want to congratulate all the students. They had a great game today. We appreciate all your work getting ready for it. Thank our judges here from UTRGV, Dr. Burke and Dr. Rivera. Edinburgh North, we'll see you in the next round. We'll see you at home next week for another exciting competition of Masterminds.